Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. Today is Monday, the 27th of July, 2026. So I'm just going to be starting off on the monthly time frame. Please excuse my audio because I'm not in my usual setting, but I hope you can hear me. So on the monthly time frame, I've been having this channel, this to me here. We've been in the type of consolidation. This level here, the 1.319, is the level that I've been looking at to either break so that maybe there could be more sells. If it does sell, I would not be shocked because to me, if it does sell, I would consider it as a type of pullback before maybe seeing if we can get a rejection or somewhere, and then we see what happens. So currently, my main focus is that weekly, monthly level. Okay, here I've written it twice, but it's basically like my weekly key level, and this is the 1.319 again, and I can see that we are still there's still no particular reaction from over here. We are trying to sell, but again, it's like we're still squeezing in between here. It's not looking too good from the monthly time frame, but on the weekly time frame, it does look a bit better because yeah, I have been bullish on the pound simply because we did have an indecision candle here and also a bullish engulfing candle. So in my opinion, I can see that we have made some like a slightly higher high from this one. So I don't know if this here is going to be like a type of pullback before me continuing pushing upwards, or if it's going to, start selling and maybe break that particular key level. But until the 1.391 level breaks, I'm going to remain bullish. And if I do take any sells, they're going to be probably short-term sells, and then we see what happens. So yeah, weekly time frame, what else is there to point? Just nothing except we are squeezing. And in terms of selling pressure, I'm not really seeing it from, these key levels from above, but we did have weekly candle, which is last week's candle, closed bearish. So that could be quite interesting. So let's see what's going to happen. If at all we start selling, then maybe this 1.319 could be the area that you can watch out for, or rather I will be watching out for any movement in terms of pips. So the daily time frame here. So in the daily time frame, we can see we have broken below this weekly key level. This is the 1.334. Yeah, again, if you're looking at it from the buy side, because again, we did break above, somebody could say that this here is like the pullback, and you can see we are currently at the 61.8. So I'm just going to be having an open mind right now, but I'm going to point something out on the smaller time frames, the 4 hour. And yeah, maybe we'll see if we can do a little push up, or if it wants to continue selling. Again, my main focus here is that weekly key level, and you can see it is in a zone, because usually when price starts getting to these zones, it's usually very, very tricky, guys. And this is where a lot of stop outs happen. So I'm going to be a little bit patient on the 4 hour time frame. So the 4 time frame, I can see that we had this trend line here. Oh, last week I was able to get some three setups, guys, two wins and one break even. So your girl might be getting a payout, but actually let me go to the 1 hour time frame, and then I can explain that better there. But yeah, on the 4 hour time frame, I can see that price is selling, selling, selling. We do have a trend line here. Rather on the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, I do have a trend line like this. This here could also be decent, but again, I do not really like the placement of this particular candle here, simply because it is in within this zone over here. If this bearish candle maybe formed like a proper break and retest, and then bearish candle opening here, closing below that weekly key level, I would consider that. But right now, I could say that we have a break and retest of that weekly key level, and again, that's why I'm going to be on standby, because these are the type of areas that I do not want to be caught up in. So waiting to see if I get a bullish engulfing candle on the 4 time frame. Maybe it could be a sign to continue pushing upwards, but if it's selling, then I'm going to be waiting for something else a bit more specific on the 1 hour time frame, because as much as this is a bearish candle, again, I do not like the placement, and I'm not too interested, in trying to lose my profits. So yeah, downtrend, a break out of the trend line. I personally would like to see even something like this would be ideal, back down to maybe these levels, and then we see what happens. Even down here is still fine, and then we see if my long-term, medium-term bullish bias can hold, but that's a bit of a long shot. So let's wait and see. So nothing too clear on the 4 hour time frame, in my opinion. I am not too interested on the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, okay, so let me just go to quickly where I took my trades last week. So last week, I believe I adjusted my key levels to around, I think one of my key levels was around here, if I'm not too wrong. I made an analysis on Monday. I did end up taking a short from here, which was quite nice. It did give me a 2% return. So my offer capital is now is in the 2% profit, and then I ended up taking a continuation here after this bearish engulfing candle, and you can see price was just continuing nicely in this downtrend. We had a bearish engulfing candle here. Also on the 4-hour time frame, we did have a bearish engulfing candle here, so I took that as well. This one, however, I did have a much bigger target. I was targeting these levels over here because of this imbalance, but you can see price didn't, and I ended up closing it at, I think, a 1.5. Yeah, 1 is to 1.5. It didn't go to the full 2 because it ended up pulling back on Friday. And then on Friday again, I did see another re-entry over here. So this break and retest of this particular key level here, break, retest, and then we had this bearish engulfing candle which formed at around 11 a.m. So bearish engulfing candle ended up taking this particular setup that looked something like this. But then on Friday, because it was a Friday, I did close at break even. I also had a smaller, what is it called, risk to reward at 1:2, simply because I could see that my previous position didn't go all the way down to here. So yeah, I had, I think, 2 wins and 1 break even. This one I took on my FTMO. One of them I took on my FTMO. So my FTMO is currently out of drawdown with just a little bit of profit that is not enough for a payout. So yeah, not too bad. I am grateful because, you know, it has been a bit tricky, but we'll see how it goes. So anyway, this is now the 1-hour time frame. I do have this trend line here. Um, Again, price is still at a level that I don't like. So anyway, long story short, if I was to look for anything today, probably that 4-hour bullish engulfing candle that I'm talking about to confirm buys. But because I'm still more interested in looking at sells, I would rather see maybe a break and retest. I would even like it for price to go below yesterday's low, maybe something like that, a pullback that could confirm. If I do have the patience, I'm not going to be too keen and, you know, forcing trades, especially because, you know, last week I was in a little bit of profit. So I want to be a bit careful. So I would be looking for something like this below yesterday's low, and even below the previous week low would also be quite nice. And again, if it's for a buy, just on standby here to look for a proper bullish engulfing candle to confirm. Because if we are buying, because I am bullish again, you know, from the bigger time frames, then still I do see these positions, you know, open for movement. But we'll just have to wait and see because it's not looking too convincing. I'd rather be on the sell side today. So yeah, let's see what happens. What else apart from that? No, guys. Yeah. Or yeah. So if not, probably something like this. Maybe another type of sell entry would be if I get maybe rejection again, maybe like a double top situation, and then we see if you can push on downwards. Because guys, in my opinion, I do still think that there's a bit of room for something to happen. I don't know, but I do know a lot of the challenge is coming from the DXY. So let me just go on over to the DXY, and I hope I've made sense, and I hope you can hear me. So the DXY is here. So on the DXY, let me just go to the daily time frame. I'm just going to be starting on the daily time frame with the DXY. It's not looking anything too crazy. I did have this flag here. We sort of broke out of it. We also do have a gap, guys. Oh yeah, we do have a gap also on the GU. Let me just go to it and look at it. Yeah, we do have a gap here at midnight. There was a gap that formed. So there could be a potential of maybe price coming to fill this gap, and then we see what happens. So this particular level here, this 1.331, which is last week's low, I'm going to be interested in seeing. So I have labeled it PW low, so previous week low. So yeah, let's see what happens. But I'm going to be on standby. I'm not too interested. Maybe you guys can check out my next video on Wednesday, and then we see if something happens, or keep up with me on Instagram. But yeah, daily time frame on the dollar index. Yeah, we have broken above. Nothing too crazy here. Again, I'm not too bullish, but I wouldn't be shocked if at all price was to come all the way back up to here. It's fine, but I would like to see maybe price coming maybe back up to here and then pushing on downwards. But again, with the DXY, we just never know because this one is honestly based from fundamentals, and you know you have to really keep up with the fundamentals. I haven't kept up with the fundamentals, but I have seen that the conflict has been paused, yeah, with the US and Iran. So then maybe that could cause the dollar index to drop, but we'll just have to wait and see. So as per right now, so excuse these many lines, I'm going to keep them here just because I understand them, but just focusing on this particular price action that's happening here, I can see that price is moving in an uptrend. I don't know if I like these candles that much, but they are rejection candles. With the DXY, you might not always get, you know, those proper candlestick prints. So I'd not be shocked if at all the DXY wants to continue buying, maybe fill up this gap and maybe come back up to this level here, which is the 101.800. I'll not be shocked. If it wants to sell, then yeah, probably just waiting for any selling pressure around this particular key level. Mostly bearish engulfing candles from the 4-hour time frame today. I'm not too interested in going in the 1 hour time frame because the 1 hour time frame is looking a bit messy. You can see the gap here is quite big, so there is a potential. And also you can see from the 1 hour time frame, this still isn't like proper candles. So that is why for me, usually when I see the 1 hour candle not confirming, I'd much rather wait on the 4 hour time frame. So let's see how the DXY is going to go. If it's bullish, then that is fine because that again will confirm maybe those sell entries that I'm hoping for on the pound USD. If it does want to sell, which I don't know, because we do have a breakout out of this flag, so it makes more sense if price from a technical perspective for price to break out and continue pushing upwards. But in case there's going to be some fundamentals that's affecting this, then who knows. So that is why again for today I'm going to be on standby. I'm not going to be in a rush. So let me go to the, what is it called, the Forex Factory calendar. Let's see what news. So on Monday today we are clear, on Tuesday we are clear, and at 9 p.m. At 9 p.m. we have some USD Federal Funds Rate, FOMC. Okay, so at least these news are coming at least during the end of the day, so that'll be fine. And then on Thursday we have some government monetary policy reports, and then USD Advanced Core Price Index. Okay, so we'll just have to wait and see. That is my bias for today. Let me know on how you guys, what you guys are thinking. If you guys caught those sells, if you guys caught those buys. My chart is looking a bit not nice, but I am going to be clearing this. But yeah, that is my bias. I hope I've made sense. Have a good day. I will see you in the next one.